Water. Idaho's most precious resource. From the high mountain peaks to the rich farmlands below, water shapes our land, supports our communities, and sustains the rhythm of everyday life. It flows through our homes, our fields, and our hearts. But what does it take to bring this precious resource from nature to where we need it most? Join us as we explore the journey of Idaho's water. A story of beauty, of resilience, and of purpose.
All of our water originates as snowfall. Okay, some amount of it originates as rain, but the vast majority is snowfall that occurs over the mountains and then builds as snowpack throughout the winter. And that's why snowpack numbers are vitally important. Brian Patton, I'm the Deputy Director of the Department of Water Resources and the Executive Officer of the Idaho Water Resource Board. A lot of people in Boise or wherever, they watch the snowpack numbers because, hey, good ski season, right? We watch the snowpack numbers because that is where our water supply comes from originally. Spring comes, the snowpack starts melting and it runs off into our rivers and streams. And usually when we have these snow melt driven systems, you get a big flow in the spring. And then by July and August, it levels off, September, and you have, very little or even no water in some streams. And that's why we need the storage reservoirs, is to be able to capture that spring runoff that comes out of the snow melt. Put that spring runoff in a bucket or a series of buckets to be able to hold it for when we need it. Probably the largest challenge we have is around the state is declining aquifers and the impact that those declining aquifers have on surface water supplies. Layered on top of that is, of course, population growth. Idaho's population growth has doubled in the last 30, 40 years. And then layered on top of that, I would say, is our challenges with aging infrastructure. Most of our water supply infrastructure was constructed, 100 to 130 years ago. And it's reaching or has reached or exceeded, the end of its useful life and needs to be rebuilt, rehabilitated, modernized, so that we can still have the benefit of that infrastructure that we need to be able to manage our water supplies and be able to meet all these challenges that we're talking about.
Hi, my name is Rick Pearson. I'm from Buell, Idaho. I am a third generation Idaho farmer, been here since I was a junior in high school. I am on the Twin Falls Canal Company track. We have about 24 ditch riders that go around and monitor the head gates. They deliver my amount of water to me every day. It goes into a pond, and then I've got systems set up to where I can pump that water to several different pivots around the farm. Just about all of my pivots are on an app on my phone, so I can control and see exactly what they're doing at all times and know how much water I've put down. In the last 20 years, the water shortage has gotten more serious, and it's gone through the court system. There was a water call. In the state of Idaho, we have what we call first in right, first in kind. So the person that applies for the water first is the guy that gets the water first. And so the Twin Falls Canal Company obviously had senior water rights. And as the water started to drop, we had to put in a call to get the eastern part of the state to help us manage the water better.
So since the early 2000s, there's been a water call that was made on the surface water from surface water users to groundwater users. And this happened in the early 2000s, and then there were several court cases that kind of set up the stage for where we ended up last summer, which was the call and the mitigation plans that had previously been made between the surface water groups and the groundwater groups had kind of fallen apart. And so last summer, in late May, the Idaho Department of Water Resources decided to issue red tags on many of the groundwater wells across the eastern Snake River Plain aquifer, which would have amounted to between 700 and 900,000 groundwater right acres being idled last year if we hadn't figured out a path forward. That agreement ended up coming out where groundwater users would have a 4-year block of water. They could use it all in 1 year if they wanted, but when it came to when their water's gone, their water was gone, they will have to shut off. So that puts everybody in a situation where we're gonna have to be mindful every year, from year to year, about what we have to do within our own operations to make that agreement work so that we can bring certainty to the landscape environment for groundwater users across the eastern Snake River Plain.
Idaho is blessed with an abundance of water. Rushing rivers, deep aquifers, and snow-fed reservoirs fuel our farms and fill our faucets. But that abundance is not without limits. As our population grows and industry continues to rise, the demand for water increases year after year. At the same time, much of our water infrastructure, our canals, our pipelines were built decades ago. So meeting tomorrow's needs means investing today in both conservation and modernization, so we can protect the water future that we all share.
Really, it's about meeting a demand that is shifting and changing in an urbanized environment. And we're having to do that all over the state. Whether you're in the Magic Valley, in eastern Idaho, and North Idaho, you're looking at how can we evolve our infrastructure through piping and lining, through these automations and things like that, to be able to meet the demands on our water supply, which aren't just ag anymore. It's our cities, our industries that also need, and the need and desire for us, our citizens, to play with water, whether it be boating on a lake or rafting in a river or fishing or in a stream or whatever the case may be. Water infrastructure is the key, really, frankly, to our economy and our way of life. If you look at the earliest days of Idaho, this sagebrush desert, basically, and the way we have turned it into an agricultural mecca, recreational mecca, whatever it is. If you look at dams and reservoirs that form the basis of irrigation but also provide low-cost hydropower, provide recreational opportunities, provide flows for fish, just provide so many things that touch our lives. There's not a single person in the state that doesn't have the benefits of water infrastructure touch their lives in one way or another.
Since 2015, when aquifer management actions started in earnest, when we started the aquifer recharge program, and when we started, when groundwater users on the eastern Snake Plain started their groundwater conservation measures, we've seen a stabilization of that aquifer. Not a rebound yet, but a stabilization. And that's certainly a hopeful sign.
We're standing in front of a major recharge canal in the Egan Bench area in eastern Idaho. This recharge canal goes out through our farm and ends up out in the desert, where it goes down into the aquifer and provides a significant amount of natural recharge that helps stabilize our aquifer. This recharge effort represents a case study of exactly what we want to have happen when we're talking about recharge efforts. It is an ability to expand upon what's already in place, while at the same time ensuring that we're delivering water to all existing right holders. In short, it's a perfect blend between respecting water rights and at the same time providing for mitigation and recharge that supports the overall health of the entire system. When we look at the system as a whole, whether it's surface or groundwater, it's a system that serves everyone in the state. Ag, residential, industry, you name it. We need a healthy water system in total. Projects like these support the entire system in total. Those are the kinds of additional projects we should be looking for in the future to help ensure that everyone continues to have access to a sustainable source of water, and in doing so, by respecting that the system interacts with each other. Again, whether it's surface or groundwater, we're setting us up for future success to ensure that our economy continues to be healthy and that we continue to have an access of water for future generations.
So the Twin Falls Canal Company provides water to about 200,000 acres of irrigatable agricultural field property, but we also deliver water to the municipal areas, Twin Falls, Hanson, Filer, Kimberly, and Buell. We're a surface water entity, so what that means is we take water from the Snake River and then provide it out to about 200,000 acres. So, you know, modernization or sustainability is always going to be a challenge for any irrigation organization, whether it's surface water or groundwater. And what we try to do to keep our system modernized is we try to always measure our water. We always try to make sure that we're accurately delivering our water. But we're also looking at liner projects and piping projects. We've also been able to put some new measuring devices that allow us to not only deliver more appropriately, but measure that and get some real-time feedback, because with better measurement becomes better management. And so no matter if it's a surface water entity that has a senior water right or a junior water right holder, understanding what you're using, how you're using it, and being responsible with that use is always going to be an important aspect moving forward.
One of the things we did in Farm Bureau was actually invite some of those individuals from the other part of the state to understand our issues, and in turn we've gone and visited them to understand their issues. So this isn't a east versus central or east versus west. This is an Idaho problem, and it's really important that all of Idaho join in and try to fix the problem.
The idea that there's ever going to be an easy or simple solution to the challenges that face us when it comes to water is not realistic. So instead, it requires us to continue working on it, to continue to come together no matter where we fall in that water system, and to have water users sitting at the table working together.
Well, first I want to thank the governor and the legislature for, you know, being willing to invest in Idaho's water infrastructure and leading the charge on that. We've been fortunate that they've been in a position to do that over the last several years and have now made it an ongoing commitment forward into the future.
We need to continue to make that infrastructure investment. It may take 10, 20 years of making that investment, but ongoing investment is critical for the future of Idaho and Idaho's water.
We have to look and understand, okay, how can we plan our infrastructure in a way not just to meet the challenges of today, which are real and which are substantial and which, you know, are disruptive, but also to make sure we put ourselves in a better position to meet the challenges in 20, 30, 50, 100 years. And if you look in eastern Idaho above Milner Dam, the recent challenges involving the surface water and groundwater users, as you look at their solutions, that's really what it's about. It's about how can we make sure not just our family legacies and the farms and ranches that we've built and in the communities that have grown up around us, how can we help them thrive today, but how can we make sure they can thrive in the future? Is it through recharge, through cloud seeding, through efficiency improvements, through building new infrastructure. What are the things we need to do today to make sure we're in the best position to meet the needs of tomorrow?
Despite the challenges we face, Idahoans are working together to manage and protect one of our most vital resources. From aquifer recharge and conservation efforts to improved water management and investments in modern infrastructure, we're finding smarter and more sustainable ways to steward our water. By continuing to collaborate, innovate, and value water as the foundation of our economy and our way of life, Idaho can ensure a prosperous future for generations to come. But the future depends on each of us. Whether it's conserving water at home, supporting responsible policies, or simply staying informed, your voice, your actions, and your choices matter. Together, we can preserve the lifeblood of our land and ensure that Idaho's water remains a source of strength, of growth, and of opportunity for today and for tomorrow.